The Orange County Office of Tenant Services with Orange County Government has a new office, and we are here with Amy Michaels, administrator for the new Orange County Office of Tenant Services, to learn all about it. And thanks so much for joining us, Amy. I had just briefly heard about this new office. It's concerning tenant services. Now, in a nutshell, what is your new office? What do you do?
What we do at the Office of Tenant Services is we provide information and referrals to callers who call us or email us for rental assistance, housing search assistance. We provide information for code enforcement violations and get them to the right division for that, as well as if there's a discrimination claim, we get them to the right division. So it's a one-stop shop for people to call and not have to call several numbers. We can get you right over to who you need to talk to.
And as I mentioned earlier, it is the Office of Tenant Services, but it's not just someone who's a tenant in an apartment or a townhouse or something. You also cover landlords.
Absolutely. We are impartial to either side, and so we provide information to both sides of what Florida law allows and what they don't allow.
So here we are in Orange County. So is there an office like this in every county in Florida, or?
No, there's only one other office in the state of Florida. That is Miami-Dade, who we are modeled after, and we do keep in contact with to see how each of us are doing with this service.
See, we always like to say Orange County's on the cutting edge of everything, and so that's why we have you here today. So can you give me some examples? We were talking a little bit earlier off camera that, my gosh, all the different kind of calls you must get. Now, if somebody calls in with a complaint or a question, and maybe you don't handle it directly, what happens from there?
If we don't handle it directly, we get them direct access to who can handle that situation. So an example is if you have a building code violation and you call us, we get you over to code enforcement so that an inspector can come out and inspect that building code violation. If you're calling with a complaint of discrimination, we get you over to our Housing Community Development Division, and then they process it from there through the Fair Housing Act. So we make sure that we get you to the right people to get your questions or concerns answered as soon as we can get them answered for you.
And of course, here at Active Lifestyles, we always kind of take the senior route. So maybe a senior is in their rental apartment and they're having difficulties. What do they do if they feel uncomfortable? I mean, can you go ahead, as you mentioned, call, but is there a website or are there forms? We always like to keep things really simple.
We do. If they don't want to call, we do have a website that has all of our information, all of our resources on it with phone numbers, websites attached that they can just click on those links and go right to where they need to go. Unfortunately, we do have to take information when they call in order to see what jurisdiction that they reside in. If they are in unincorporated Orange County, then we take it from there. But if they are located in a municipality, we can still serve you by giving you the information for that municipality for you to contact them, such as code enforcement.
Okay, and all right, we've kind of covered tenants. So what kind of questions do you get from landlords or examples from there?
I get from landlords, how much notice do I need to give before an increase of rent? How much notice do I need to give prior to non-renewal of leases? So we provide that information to them. We provide information of if their tenant's not paying rent, what do? They need to, Florida law allows them to go ahead and start the eviction process. So we answer questions, if I have a terrible tenant, what do I do? And as long as they stay within the laws of Florida, then they can go ahead and proceed per Chapter 83 of the Florida statutes.
Right, that's it, because I think people are always kind of curious, well, what don't you handle? If someone calls in and they're behind on their rent, or they need some sort of financial assistance, or, my air conditioner isn't working. That really probably isn't something that you handle.
If you called me and said your air conditioner is not working, I'm going to send you over to code enforcement, and we're going to get somebody out there to look at that. That is a building code violation. If you need rental assistance, we have resources for you. We do not provide rental assistance through our office. We give you the resources to contact those agencies that do provide that service and send you to them. But unfortunately, we do not provide any monetary assistance to residents.
And that's it. I think so many times people just don't know where to turn. And they're kind of hesitant. They don't want to maybe call the police. They don't want to report their landlord, or the landlord may not feel comfortable, or legally, what can they say to their tenant, or what kind of form. And that's where this office really comes in.
Correct. We can give advice. We don't give any type of legal advice. We do partner with the Legal Aid Society of the Orange County Bar Association. So any legal issues, we do refer them over to Legal Aid, and they handle that for us. But we do provide information. Sometimes it's just explaining to a caller what the rules are and whether or not they're in compliance.
And I really think that gives somebody peace of mind that maybe it isn't something financial that you could assist with, but just getting those answers really makes a difference, especially for seniors who may not know, what are my options here, and that's why we have your office.
Correct. That we have seniors that are on fixed incomes and they can't afford where they're living anymore. We have resources that they can look up housing within Orange County to find something that suits them. So we're able to give that information.
Okay, terrific. Thanks, Amy. If any of you watching feel you have questions, concerns, or need assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to the Orange County Office of Tenant Services. Thanks.